Guys, we took it. You see, this because of the way he's playing. He's going to go E-barbs, aggressive, guys. And he was at level 12. But again, he's going to stay stuck here, all right? Because he's just doing this. It's not even going to pull all the piggies. He's going to have his Mega Knight, though, but it's going to be too late. Okay, goes Eagle. Goes in with that, so we're going to go ahead and snowball this back. And I do have to go in with a bomb tower. Sparking. Key piece here is before the lava hound pops, okay, when it's about to pop, you need to run that miner, okay? What it's going to do, it's going to do two things. Number one, the miner's going to tank for the lava pups. Number two, once the lava hound pops, whatever defensive troop is on the map is going to retarget onto the miner. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Hope you guys doing well. As always, your boy is back with another Clash Royale video, guys. We're going to go ahead and jump into the arena with the top 3 decks. Found these on Royale API, different play styles, so they give you guys a variety to help you beat Spooky Town Arena 12. And you can actually carry these decks higher than that, guys. Okay, the first one is going to be Lavaloon. Okay, with the Barbarians, not the best. All right, because they can just be one-shotted with the Fireball if they match the levels, that is. But we got the Miner in there as well. Next one's going to be Fireball Bait. This is one of the best decks, guys, right here. If you guys can learn to play a little Patience 4.1, bait that Fireball. Most people run it, guys. This deck is deadly, especially in double. And then we're going to go ahead and round it out with the Miner Balloon Cycle deck, guys. People have been asking for Miner decks, and people are asking for Balloon decks, but also the fact that they struggle against them, okay? So we're going to go ahead and play 3 battles, and you guys know how we roll. We're going to go ahead and break them down after the fact. Let's go ahead and jump into the arena with the Lavaloon deck. With the Barbarians, like I said, level 12. What are you doing down here, huh? What are you doing down here, buddy? All right, so the true test. So we might just go Miner. I mean, the one thing that I will say is because most people play more ground kind of troops, more defensively that way. So you see what I'm saying? That's why it's a lot harder to win against decks like this. Okay, I'm laughing because it's funny to me, all right? So we're going to have to zap here, but he did go pretty expensive. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let this actually happen because we're going to go ahead and go Balloon. I really want to be able to show Lavaloon, so hopefully we can do that. But again, we're playing against a very aggressive opponent, so let's see what he decides to do. He went with everything, right? That was 11 elixir just between the E-barbs, and I'm going to go ahead and zap this right now. I don't care about the Spirit Goblins, and he's got Wizard. Now, that was a pretty good kite. I guess it almost started to work for him. So we're going to go ahead and take out that Wizard. Almost all the way. All right, so we got Barbarians now for his elite barbs. So I'm probably going to have to go in. They'll be able to withstand a couple of shots here. Okay, so there you go. All right, so he's probably going to take this tower, actually. All right, so we're going to let this all happen, okay, because we're going to build a push-up. Now, again, this is what you guys are facing. This is the reason why it's very difficult around the arenas you are in, because he doesn't calculate anything. He just drops stuff, okay? So there's learning to be had there as well. He's probably going to start to pressure up his lane, use all of his elixir, you know, and it's just, that's why people, they don't advance because they play this way. Doesn't even see what I'm saying? See, he's just doing this. That's all he's doing, okay? And that's, you know, that's going to be okay-ish, right? It kind of works, but we're going to go ahead and get this down. And the Lava Hound will probably take that tower, if I had to guess. We're going to have to zap. We have to zap the Spirit Goblins, though, because we want to do a lot of damage with the Lava Hound, and we have an Inferno Dragon on the other side. All right, so let this all happen. Now, what you want to do is you want to be able to get the Miner down to tank before the Lava Hound pops, okay? So we're going to do that. It's going to probably retarget, you guys see, the Wizard, and it's going to get attacked. We should be able to come close to taking that tower, okay? Super close. All right, so let's see. Arrows, they do 93. Okay, obviously not enough. We just got to prepare for... There he goes. He goes Prince, and then we're going to have to get this down right now. Boom. Hurry up now. Come on now. Okay, so he's probably going to go E-barbs on the King Tower, if I had to guess, all right? So we're going to go ahead and go in right now, okay? Because he's got his Wizard. It's at least one of the main counters. So he goes in with that. So we're going to try to take care of the E-barbs as fast as possible. Okay, we should be able to take it. And then we're going to go on this Miner on the other side. Hopefully take it down at least enough to where I can get it in arrows range. And guys, the Inferno Dragon is not full health, but full health, all right? So let's go here. Guys, we took it. You see, it's because of the way he's playing. All we got to do is guard against now. That kind of stinks because I did forget about that. So let's go here. Hopefully the... I'm hoping that the balloon will go down. We just got to take care of this. He's going to go E-barbs. Aggressive, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and just do something like this. Let's go ahead and do something like this. The arrows aren't going to be enough. We're going to be able to take this all out. We're going to probably have the arrows, the E-barbs, though. Boom. There you guys go. All right, not the easiest of matchups just based on the way he was playing, but it just goes to show how calculated I was. And he was at level 12. But again, he's going to stay stuck here, all right, because he's just doing this. You guys, learn how to play. Tile placements matter, not always, but it's about the strategy and thinking and what your opponent is using and all of that. Don't overcommit, all right? It's super important, and that just proves right there. Time to jump in with the Fireball Bait. I will say that Lavaloon is just overall difficult deck to play, all right? It's just... me personally, I'm not as patient. Okay, with a deck like this, obviously you're trying to bait Fireball. Okay, so he goes in straight with the Bomb Tower. So we're going to go ahead and take that out. That I do not recommend that. Tesla is the only card that you can place like that. But don't do that. Okay, so what we're going to try to do here if we can. So he used like one of his main counters. Now, remember what I said a second ago, right? Like learn your opponent. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to get a nice little positive trade here. So let's go in with this. Let's see. We'll take the mini P.E.K.K.A down enough. We're going to go ahead and go... Let's see. The Brawler's going to come out. We're going to go in right now, okay? Usually you can split, but he doesn't have his Bomb Tower back in cycle. He's got Fireball, though, okay? So we're still going to get a Brawler to the tower and a couple of... No, we're not. So I know that he doesn't have any Elixir, though, okay? No Elixir. We still got a little bit of damage. Now, with this... It's a little bit important to understand he's got his Bomb Towers back in cycle, so the recruits aren't going to do a whole lot for me, okay? So I'm actually going to go ahead and just go Zappies. He's probably going to go Bomb Tower if I had to guess. So let's see what he decides to do. If he does, I'm going to go High Flying Machine. All right, that's very important. When you do the Flying Machine, you're doing something like around here, okay? See? Like that, because you don't want to give them Fireball value either. All right, so I want him to Fireball the Flying Machine, but he's not going to Fireball the Flying Machine, but I did want to bait out his Bomb Tower. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go in. Okay, goes in with Witch. I am going to go Recruits, though. I don't think he's going to... Because I know I can go ahead and Bar Barrel the Witch. I didn't even really need to do it. Let's see if she spawned Skeletons. She did not. Okay, so let's just go. We got a little bit of damage there. We got... See, he's playing... He has no choice but to play Mini P.E.K.K.A, right? Maybe cycling a little bit. So here's the thing, right? So we're going to take out the Mini P.E.K.K.A. He doesn't... He goes Mega Knight. Okay, so with the Mega Knight, we're going to take it down, hopefully, a pretty decent bit. And then we're going to use the Cage to really help out. That's pretty expensive. All right, so I wish I had enough Elixir for both Cage and the Zappies. Okay, so he goes in with that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in with this. Now, he can definitely Fireball this. It would be actually a really good Fireball for him, but I would have my Royal Hogs, okay? But I think he's just super aggressive. Okay, with that Hog Rider was a little bit of an overcommitment. So let's go here. And when you get in a position like this, if you can outcycle him, that's good. It's still a heavy deck, but you can start to Fireball cycle just a little bit as well. So let's go ahead. Actually, I'm just going to Arrow the Witch. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get this down as well. And then we're going to get another Cage down. Actually, I might wait just a little bit. Let's go here. I do have to go in with the Cage. I have to. All right, I did, because of the Hog Rider, I thought he would push off the lane, but I still got to hold the Mega Knight. All right, so he's going to get super aggressive. All right, so we're going to go here. This is perfect for us. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go in with this. And I'm going to go in pretty heavy. Okay, so he goes Fireball. So that's going to be really good for us. He is going to have his... I got to be patient here, though, right? Because he's going to have his Bomb Tower in cycle. Okay? Oh, man. Why did he go that lane? That was his mistake big time. It's not even going to pull all the piggies. He's going to have his Mega Knight, though, but it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. We're going to go ahead and Fireball. Probably didn't even need it. I guess we needed it. All right, doesn't matter. So he had a shot. He had a shot, okay? And that was going to be to place the Bomb Tower and hold it, knowing I had the Royal Hogs after he used the Fireball. Still, GG's. All right, probably of all the decks, my favorite one. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the arena with what I think is probably the hardest, especially in Serenity Peak for me with a level 9 Balloon. But overall, a Loon Minor Cycle deck, it's pretty difficult to play, guys, so just FYI, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and go with the Minor now. You're going to start... What? I'm going to go ahead and snowball this side because it's got most of the minions. He's running, okay, Skeleton Army, and he's got Pigs. We're going to go Bomb Tower, so we have some really, really good defense against this. Let's get the Skeletons down, too, as well. So I'm going to go in with the Balloon now because he was really aggressive, okay? I mean, he might be able to counter this because Witch... Actually, I'm going to let this go, so hopefully we'll be able to at least get one Balloon shot. I mean, every bit counts, guys, with this, okay? So, okay, it goes Eagle. All right. So what we need to be able to do here is wait for the Skeletons to spawn. And we're going to take it out. Hurry up, hurry up. Hopefully I timed it right. Yes, guys. Perfect timing. We should be able to clean most of that stuff up. It will do a lot of damage. We're going to get so much Elixir, okay? Okay, I don't know about that. So here's what we do have to do, guys. We're going to have to protect against that. We're going to cycle a little bit. And that, as in the Wizard, we're going to go in. And I'm going to go Minor. I have to go really aggressive here. And we're going to be... Oh, I'm going to snowball this. I'm going to... Oh, we're not going to be able to save the Musketeer. All right. So I tried to save it. We're going to get some work done there. Okay. All right, fine. So what are we going to do here? We're going to kite a little bit. All right. Let's go ahead and do that now. We'll bring most of that stuff over. Hey, Arena Tower, can you target? Thank you. All right. Now, he's got his Pigs back in cycle, but we got Bomb Tower. We have Bomb Tower. So he's running a very weird deck, guys. Okay. So let's go here. We're going to go here with this. I don't know if he has a spell or not. We're actually going to go ahead and go in with the Minor now. He's got to answer the Skeletons. He's got to. He will. He'll use Wizard, maybe. Possibly. No, he goes in with the witch. Another thing I don't recommend, guys, look at little Larry's doing some work. See that, guys? I don't recommend using double splash units in decks, guys. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to shut this down, hopefully. We'll see who decides to put. Okay, goes in with that. So we're going to go ahead and snowball this back, and I do have to go in with a bomb tower. Let's go ahead and go here. He's getting desperate once again. We're going to be able to miner on the tower to take it out. Let's go ahead and do that now. And then if we need to, we can start focusing on the other side. Okay, that was pretty good. Oh, connected, guys. Cool, let's take it. All right. Sparky. Come on, guys. Seriously. All right, so let's go in with this here. He might go balloon opposite lane. So here's what we got to do, right? We're going to go in. Actually, I'm going to snowball the witch. We're going to go bomb tower. We're going to go ahead and go in with this. Let's go ahead and go get here, and let's get this down. We'll get another whatchamacallit down as well. We're going to go ahead and snowball this back. We're going to get a bomb tower down as well. We're going to go ahead and go here. We're going to go ahead and go here. We're going to be able to take out the balloon enough, guys. No hits. Let's go. A little bit challenging there at the end, but again, my man just got desperate. You play Sparky in the back, like that's going to help. Guys, come on now. Yeah, you know, I mean, a little bit of an oops, all right? Not a big oops, but it's an oops, okay? GG's. All right, guys, here are the decks one more time. Go ahead and stay tuned. We're going to break it down. My opponent was very aggressive. E-barbs, balloon at the bridge, and he crossed his fingers. I tell you guys all the time, do not play that way. Went ahead and shut it down for the most part. He did get a lot of damage on my tower. I think we did a counter push at this point, if I'm not mistaken. We kind of evened up the tower, but I knew as the battle went on, it was going to favor me more. Just remember that with Lavaloon. Kind of like a beatdown style, you might take a little bit of damage, but if you can take it 2-1, you're going to win. In double, it is much more in your favor. Speaking of counter push, guys, check it out. All right, he did get a lot of damage here, but look at this, right? He should have used the Valkyrie, in my opinion, to kind of kite the skeleton dragons, but look at this right here, regardless if he didn't. The only thing he really has is the spear goblins that he can drop, which I can go ahead and zap and take that out, right? And the only thing I care about, I don't care about the stab goblins, just the spear goblins, guys. So what happened after this push, if I'm not mistaken, is we pretty much evened the tower damage. So again, speaking of aggressive, it does work sometimes, all right? I just tell you guys, it just doesn't help you get better at the game, even if you can win one. He did take this tower with this level 12 prince. Tell you guys, levels were really difficult for us, rocking pretty much a level 9s cross board type of feeling. Anyways, he went ahead and took this tower out, and we have, you know, the skeleton dragons aren't going to get a whole lot, but we have a little mini counter push. He has no elixir really to do anything with, but again, I knew that I had this tower down low enough, and I had to keep chipping at it. You can do that with the miner. It's not the main point in this deck, but miner in any deck is about chipping, but you want to be able to use him to tank for stuff like the lava pups and things like that. You'll see that in a future screenshot. But again, I knew he took the tower, and I knew he was going to continue to play that aggressive, which is actually why he lost the battle. Guys, I want you to keep in mind, level 12 now, I was out-leveled this entire battle, and we still made it work. We slow roll the Lava Hound this lane. We're at 966. He has to answer it. I'm not going to support this side really much at all, but I knew he would drop, anticipating, right? Know your opponent and how they play. The E-barbs here at the bridge, and I was going to be able to shut it down with my barbarians. At this point, I wanted to go ahead and reset and see what I could do on the opposite side, all right? What he was going to do to support it. And as you guys can see here, right, he went ahead and dropped balloon. Very, very aggressive here on this side. He does get some damage, but look, we have 2 barbarians, and then we have an Inferno Dragon he will have to answer. He has no elixir. We have a full health Lava Hound, and again, he's going to have to commit to something. He's going to have to try to defend and save this tower, and he's also going to have to focus on this little mini counter push, especially with the Inferno Dragon. This is a very important part of the battle, guys. Notice I have a miner on the map. He's dropped a wizard, and I have the lava pups. Okay, we have an Inferno Dragon, not really that healthy, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, he let it go. I think he should have just let this tower and just sack it. Okay, he should have started to build up his push because he used some more elixir, right? 5 elixir. Instead, he should have just used his strategy of just like basically dropping everything at the bridge and try to bring these troops out here to build up some kind of a push and overwhelm me. He probably would have taken this tower if he did that, but instead he tried to protect this. I tell you guys all the time, know when to sack a tower or take damage. But the key piece here is before the Lava Hound pops, okay, when it's about to pop, you need to run that miner, okay? What it's going to do, it's going to do 2 things. Number 1, the miner's going to tank for the lava pups. Number 2, once the Lava Hound pops, whatever defensive troop is on the map is going to retarget onto the miner, allowing the pups to go ahead and do some damage, right? Either take out the wizard at least halfway and then start to turn onto the tower. In this case, if I'm not mistaken, we went ahead and took out that tower, guys, okay? Just be very conscious of when to run that miner. So I didn't quite take the tower out. All right, 153, but notice I shift my focus. Okay, of course he dropped E-barbs. Again, know your opponent, right? Just very aggressive, no elixir management at all. I start to focus on the side. Look at this balloon. All right, level 9 or not, that is still full health, just about full health, guys, and we're going to do so much damage. And I knew I would be able to take out this side over time, whether it's miner chip, arrows, whatever the case is, needed one more minor connection. I would have been good to go, guys, but then start focusing on the other side. Lavaloon, you want to do that, okay? A lot of times it's a 2-1 kind of a victory, sort of like I said, a beatdown style. If you take a little bit of damage on one side, you lose a tower on one side, you still can come back. It favors you in double. And as mentioned, speaking of, minor on the tower, we're at 100. We're already going to be in arrows range as well with one more chip. We have a full health. Not only did the balloon do a lot of damage, we have a full health Inferno Dragon, okay? He has to answer. Now, the cards he has, he could kind of distract and whatnot, but guys, I knew we were going to do it. We're going to take this side over here, and then we're going to continue to wait and build. Now, notice my elixir count, though. I have no elixir. He's got a lot more elixir than I do, okay? So please remember to manage your elixir appropriately, okay? And don't overcommit. Like some people would drop like skeleton dragons right now. Don't do that. That's an overcommitment. Instead, try to reset. You know he's going to try to spam something at the bridge. Just relax and play patient. All right, next battle, guys, okay? Bad play. Never, ever do that. Number one, you didn't even know what I was playing. Never do that with any building except the Tesla. That's the only one you can go ahead and start out with. But guys, I went ahead and went Flying Machine. If he fireballed it or whatever, which totally would have been an overcommitment, 8 elixir, I would have had my pigs then in cycle, okay? Remember, this is a fireball bait deck, guys, but don't do this right here. That's a no-no. So this was overall a very difficult matchup, okay? 2 counters. He showed the bomb tower. Okay, that's great counter against the Royal Hogs. And guys, he has the fireball, okay? Now, I have obviously a brawler that's on a counter push, but he does drop E-Wizard, pretty much shuts it down. E-Wizard isn't the best counter winner, but he has 2, right? But it still is going to favor me big time because it's a fireball bait kind of a deck. So again, as I've told you in the past, as you're playing and learning the first minute, you should learn a lot about how your opponent's going to counter and how you need to outcycle them. Keep conscious of that, guys. So I didn't have the best cycle in a way too, because I knew he had bomb tower. So I went ahead and split the zappies here in the back. But he dropped the bomb tower once again right here. First off, it's a little bit too high. Number 2, I went ahead and dropped the flying machine on it. You just got to take it 2-3 hits. Even if he did have fireball and cycle and he fireballed the flying machine, I still would have been able to take that bomb tower down halfway. And again, he used fireball if he did. And then we have the Royal Recruits. We don't have our pigs in cycle, but eventually we're going to go ahead and get all that stuff down. Remember, it's a lot about dual lane pressure too with this deck. It is fireball bait and other spells as well, but guys, dual lane pressure. Once you can get those recruits down, especially based on the cycle and how your opponent is playing, in this case, he even has mini P.E.K.K.A., which Royal Recruits are so good against Big Mama P.E.K.K.A.s, things like that. I didn't even know he had Big Boy Mega Knight. I don't even think I knew he had the Hog Rider either yet, guys. Okay, so it was a very difficult matchup, but there was one moment also, I think in one of the later screenshots, where he overcommitted with the fireball, and that's basically why he lost. But guys, eventually you're going to go ahead and get these recruits down, and you're going to be able to overwhelm. And all you need to do is outcycle 2 things, and like I said, that is the bomb tower and bait the fireball. I believe this is the first time I saw Big Boy Mega Knight, okay? That's why I went ahead and split the hogs. I had to anticipate how I was going to protect against the Mega Knight, okay? That was all I was thinking about at this point. Whatever little bit of chip I get on the towers from the pigs is good. I knew he was close to bomb tower. I wasn't sure if it was in cycle or 1 card away. But I knew once he dropped in fireball, but once he dropped the Mega Knight, I knew he wouldn't have any elixir to defend against my pigs. So I went ahead and did that outside of the Mega Knight. But again, once your opponent uses Mega Knight, you got to start calculating, okay? 2 things, right? How you're going to defend against it. In this case, Zappies, obviously you don't want him to jump on it, or the Goblin Brawler in this case with my cycle, my current cycle, okay? You can also use recruits, they work, but anticipate, right? How their cycle is, when they're going to be able to use it, and when you should impose your will with your win condition push. In this case, the Mega Knight's awesome against the Royal Hogs. He has so much counters to our deck, but we're still able to make it work. You guys saw in the battle. So this is sort of piggybacking that screenshot, right? So we do get some chip, right? We get some chip here. The Mega Knight actually walks back to the Hogs. I was hoping for that, wasn't sure. It wasn't a calculated play, but it worked out because what that's doing is it's allowing me to build my elixir up, okay? So now I have cards like this that I can go ahead and try to prevent the Mega Knight to do any kind of damage, okay? But I have to protect against it. Now, if he was able to counter push opposite lane or something, I could have been possibly in trouble, but you got to leverage the flying machine as well, okay? I knew he had fireball in cycle at this point because he hasn't used it in a while, but I knew he was using so much elixir that he wasn't going to be able to defend against certain things. And if he did fireball, if I had to use flying machine or something like that, if you did fireball the flying machine, I was going to have the Royal Hogs. And all I had to do was defend one more push in my head. Once I took out the Mega Knight, I knew I would be able to get the recruits down again. And again, once you start getting further in the battle, right, obviously in double and things like that, triple, you're going to really be able to impose your will. I'm telling you guys, if you bait out their fireball, it's nasty. This deck is super nasty. I believe this is the first time I saw Hog Rider, guys. Okay, we're going to have the cage down. Okay, it's going to obviously distract a little bit of the Hog Rider, but we're going to, most importantly, help take out the Brawler at least. We'll help take out the Mega Knight. We have Zappies down. He doesn't have enough for Fireball. We're going to help shut down this Hog Rider with the Zappies. Even if he did Fireball the Zappies, we then have Flying Machine we can kind of punish with because he's not going to have a whole lot to do there. And then we can also get back to our recruits. We got to reset a little bit, pretty low on Elixir, obviously. And then we can go ahead and get back to our Royal Hogs. The point here is to outcycle. He does have Bomb Tower, but to outcycle those two cards. If we can, okay, and make him use a lot of Elixir. He's never going to be able to use his big boy Mega Knight on the Royal Hogs. And I know from this point forward, at least in a lot of cases, you're going to want to split the Hogs, okay, big time, all right? So that way you can at least get damage on one side or the other. My opponent has Fireball selected. I want him to Fireball the Flying Machine. I'm not worried about the Witch. The Mega Knight's basically gone. We're distracting with the cage anyways. Bomb Tower is now out of cycle. Well, it's in cycle, but it's gone. Obviously, he has it in the next shot if he decides to run the Fireball. But guys, if he does, we have the Hogs. I might Zappies in the back. I'm saying I could potentially do that or whatever. We have the recruits. We can go ahead and roll here in the back and slow roll. It's all about split lane pushes with this deck as well, especially if you know they have Mega Knight. Again, in this case, guys, keep in mind, okay, forget the mini P.E.K.K.A. He's got Mega Knight, he's got Bomb Tower, and he's got Fireball. That is like the hardest hard counter if you could ever have one. Here is where my opponent made his mistake and he overcommitted. He might have been getting desperate, but he goes Hog Rider and then he goes Fireball. He got some tower damage, but it wasn't enough because now I knew that he played that Fireball and we're at 706. Guys, we can go Royal Hogs. If I'm not mistaken, I go Royal Hogs and I go ahead and Fireball as well. He does have his Mega Knight. He was able to get it down, I think, but it wasn't enough time. But he shouldn't have Fireballed. He should have went in with the Hog Rider, and he would have had enough for, that's 4 Elixir. He would have had enough for the Mega Knight. He probably would have been able to shut it down, maybe even get a Bomb Tower down as well to kind of keep himself in the game. I mean, this game was pretty much mine, but still, the Fireball Hog Rider, way too aggressive, guys. Again, you never know what you're going to see, right? He splits, I've never seen this, splits the minion horde in the middle. And then I go ahead and run Miner, and then he has Skeleton Army. Again, he's already told me 2 things that I got to watch out for. Swarmy kind of troops. We went ahead and snowballed, if I'm not mistaken, because, of course, most of them were running this way to go ahead and make sure we get the least amount of damage on this side. Wasn't worried about these 2. And then we're going to go ahead and Barb Barrel the Skeleton Army, okay? But I knew it was going to be kind of a weird matchup. Look at his deck, right? I didn't know all these cards, obviously, but Sparky, he's got a Balloon himself. He's got 2 splash units, what I don't recommend, guys. Not an easy, I'm telling you, he gets Balloon, guys. He's getting a level 9 Balloon. He's got some answers, all right? But we still made it work. You guys saw the battle. My man went ahead and showed the Hogs, okay? Great answer to it. Went ahead and cycled the Skeletons. We've completely shut that down. But just keep in mind, one of the main things, along with cycling and really keeping that constant pressure, especially if you outcycle their defenses, is getting back to the Miner, Balloon with Snowball, okay? Remember, Snowball is an outstanding spell, and it also resets, okay? It obviously has a great pushback, okay, got buffed not too long ago, but it also resets, whether it's like Inferno Dragons, it slows down other troops like the Musketeer and the E-Wizard, things like that, guys, so keep that in mind. Based on how aggressive my opponent was playing, full health Balloon at the bridge had to do it. I knew he was going to have to drop some kind of a troop, in this case a 5 Elixir Witch, no Elixir left, can't get to his minion horde anyways, even if it was in cycle, I would have snowballed if I had to. Guys, we're going to get to the tower, we're going to get Arena Tower damage. Not only that, the bomb damage was not only going to hit the Arena Tower, but help take out the Witch, guys. Okay, at this point, though, I knew I had Barb Barrel in cycle. I'll tell you guys all the time. Super good positive Elixir trade, 2 for 5. And we're going to go ahead and wait to see how we counter push with this. Now, I was going to reset, and then we're going to just rinse and repeat. Eventually, I want to get to that Miner, Balloon, kind of a push like I keep mentioning. Once I saw the Eagle, I was like, what am I playing against? Doesn't matter. We got a Barb Barrel down. We're going to go and shut down this Witch for a 2 to 5 trade. Got a Musketeer down as well to help shut down this Eagle. He did some work, but at this point, I know I'm going to get Elixir back. Okay, be careful, though, when you face Eagle. Some people think, oh, I got 4 Elixir, and I'm just going to start throwing everything at the bridge. You can get in trouble with that. If they defend against that, you just depleted all your Elixir, okay? So just be very calculated, guys. All I'm caring about right now is getting back to the Miner, Balloon, Snowball. Speaking of Miner, Balloon, Snowball, guys, I will say I had a 1 second mistake, maybe a half-second mistake. I was trying to save this Musketeer. Balloon still does get to the tower, which is great, but I probably would have got an extra hit. I went ahead and snowballed the minion horde, but I was late. Like I said, about a second or so, because I wanted to protect this Musketeer big time and help take out this minion horde. And then she would have been like at least half health or something like that. And we had a little bit of a counter push. Again, the Miner is full health, right? So it's tanking, it's doing all kinds of tanking. We've definitely been able to take out that tower, but guys, 1 second. 1 second cost me that, all right? I just didn't time the snowball fast enough. And in fact, I think I pushed some of the minions toward the Balloon. So we still got the dub, obviously, but still, small mistakes like that, guys. Tile placement and timing, all right? Key. On that push, 687, guys, this tower is basically gone here, but the main point of this screenshot is just a reminder to leverage the Ice Golem to Elixir, all right, to kite troops and things like that. In this case, the Arena Tower is tackling something over here, but eventually it's going to take out these minions, and then we distract long enough to where both Arena Towers can go ahead and take out this right here, okay? So just remember, guys, use the Ice Golem effectively. Timing is everything with the Miner, whether it's wall breakers, bats, in this case, little Larry's, guys, okay? Make sure you deploy him fast enough to where he takes the damage of the Arena Tower to where they have to answer these troops. They cannot let them go. In this case, I actually got a lot of damage from these little Larrys, but what you want to try to do is bait something, even if it's a positive trade for like they have to drop a wizard or something like that, or log, zap, or whatever, guys. So just get really good, practice a lot with the timing and deployment of the Miner, guys. Thank you again for all the continued support, guys. Hopefully you can find some success with these decks. Leave those comments down below. Your boy is always happy to help. Until the next video, guys, take care and peace out.